try and schedule tours around school breaks. You know, like at Christmas one year, I did a bunch of shows in Florida. My wife and kids came down. My wife's family also came down because they didn't want us to have a good time. I'm kidding. I love my wife's family. Did that sound believable? I do love them. They're my in-laws. That's a strange term, in-laws. Like, are you related? Legally. In a court of law. In-law, it's like the opposite of being in love. We're in law. We law each other. Very much. In-laws are like family you're assigned. It's like, you want to spend your life with that person? You got to take those 10 people. All of them? My only issue with my in-laws is there's too many of them. My wife is one of 9 children, so every holiday, all 9 of the siblings and their individual families all get together and spend every moment together. Over Christmas, I went to a movie with 30 people. I didn't even know that was legal. We were walking around, people thought we were from a church. To put it in perspective, Jesus only walked around with 12. I learned very quickly, I don't want to do anything with 30 people. If I was on the Titanic and the last rescue boat was filled with 30 people, I'd be like, you guys go ahead. I don't want to be there when you try and decide where to eat lunch. Often it was more than 30 people, because sometimes those 30 people will invite other people. So you'll have conversations and someone will be like, I'm your wife's uncle's best friend. Like, oh, there's a term for that. Stranger. You're a total stranger. My wife is very good looking. That's right, I'm part of a mixed couple. It's not fair, she's good looking, she's smart, she's creative, but you know what? Horrible taste in men. So it evens out. I'm happily married, but I would say once a week I catch my wife give me a look like, I'm gonna have to let you go. Because I disappoint her constantly. I do things that annoy her. Like, here's something I do that annoys my wife. I use the bathroom. I know, I shouldn't, right? I get in trouble for not telling her I'm gonna use the bathroom. You just disappeared, where'd you go? I didn't know I needed a hall pass. I also get in trouble for telling her I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Again? Are you okay? How many times is that today? You're disgusting. What are you doing there? Mostly get away from you. When my wife's really annoyed with me, she doesn't give me the silent treatment. She'll just take too long to answer a simple question. She'll just be standing a foot away looking at her phone, and I'll be like, hey, what time do we have to do that school thing? And she'll just be like, it's in the calendar. Are you mad at me? No. Recently, we learned that this couple that we're friends with are getting a divorce, and not surprisingly, my wife was very upset with me. I wasn't surprised because this wasn't the first time something I had nothing to do with was my fault. Trump's election, the Kavanaugh hearings, that was my fault. And I apologize because I unconsciously planned the whole thing. Now, I would never describe my wife as crazy because I like to be married. But I do think it's interesting that if a man calls another man crazy, it's a compliment. This is my buddy Joey's crazy. Joey's like, you're just being nice. But if I was like, this is my wife Jeannie, she's crazy. I even get nervous saying that. But I like being a dad, I do. We have a 1-year-old at home who, for the first year of his life, has slept a total of 1 minute. But it's worth it, you know? There's screamings, there's smells, you don't sleep. I was out of town and I drove by a skunk and all I could think was, I miss my baby. Because babies are magic. They are. Because they're the worst roommates. Like, if you had a roommate that did one of the things a newborn does, you'd be like, you're moving out. I mean, you can't even reason with a baby. You can't be like, what the hell was going on last night? You were hitting the bottle pretty hard. Then you started screaming and you threw up on me. Then you passed out and wet yourself. I went in the other room to get you some dry clothes. I come back, you're all over my wife's breasts. Dude, you gotta move out. I mean, it's always fun when the mother breastfeeds. The baby always looks right at the dad like, what are you gonna do about it? Man of the house, my ass. Why don't you take a walk, leave your credit card? Every year when my wife has her annual baby, it feels that way. By the way, the gifts stop after the second kid. With the fifth kid, people barely respond to the email announcement. Yeah, we'll get him next, baby. Once I had a friend come up to me and go, hey, congratulations on the new baby. I know how you feel. We just got a puppy. I was like, what? And I love dogs, so I understand it. But, like, babies are the only types of humans that could be compared to an animal, and it's okay. Like, you can never be like, heard you're getting married. I know how you feel. I used to have a pig. Bit of advice on a hot day, hose that bride down. She'll love it, because they can't breathe. Their skin can. Twice a year I travel. I tour with my kids. I get on a tour bus and we go to like some destination. Last spring break we went to Mount Rushmore. That's the most applause Mount Rushmore's ever gotten. I feel sorry for Mount Rushmore. You know, people used to go there on their honeymoon, and now I bring up Mount Rushmore and people look at me like I'm talking about a TV show that was canceled 10 years ago. Is that still going on? Yeah, it's a mountain. It's still going on. And you know what? It's beautiful. And the Black Hills of South Dakota are, you know, they're sacred to the Lakota Indians. And out of respect, our government carved 4 white guys in one of the mountains. This land is sacred. How about that mountain? Very sacred. Good, we got an idea. Ding, 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 ding. Another gift for you guys. Ding, 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 ding. These guys were all about freedom. Ding, ding, ding. Especially the 2 guys that own slaves. But there's so much stimulation in our lives. We don't know what to make of 4 faces on a mountain. You know, my kids didn't know what to think. They were like, is one of the eyes gonna blink? And I was like, I don't know, take a look, because I'm never coming back here. That is all for me. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm convinced technology is making us delusional. The way everyone talks about going to Mars now, it's like, we're going to Mars, we're going to Mars, I can't wait to go to Mars. I don't think they were talking about you. Why do you think you're going to Mars? You haven't been to Minnesota. They weren't inviting us. I'm pretty sure they were just bragging. Jeff Bezos did take his brother to outer space. I have 3 brothers, and I don't even want to buy them dinner. I appreciate the optimism, but are we going to Mars? We put a man on the moon 54 years ago. And you know how many times we put a man on the moon after that? 0. You know why? Because we never put a man on the moon. I don't know. Maybe we put a man on the moon. I don't know. Maybe we're going to Mars. Honestly, I don't know how a microwave works. Like, if someone put a gun to my head and they're like, explain the microwave, I'd be like, ah! A light turns on, it rotates. When the bell rings, your hot dog's done. Is that close? I've decided I'm gonna stop acting like I understand things I know nothing about. Like the stock market, when they talk about the stock market in the news, like, the stock market today, rah, 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 rah. I normally go, oh, that's interesting. On the inside, I'm like, duh, stock market, duh. Saddest part of that, in college, I majored in finance. I did, I really did. 4 years, $80,000. I'm so glad this is what I do for a living. But I tell you, the pandemic did reveal how important your occupation is to society. And let's just say stand-up comedian, not essential. Not even central. They opened up strip clubs before they let us tell a joke. Stay over there, funny people. Ladies, welcome back. It didn't surprise me. There isn't a time in history when I think I would have been useful. Even in initial civilization, we need someone to gather water, someone to build housing. Jim, how could you help? I could make fun of those people.